All right, quesadilla. So this is a topic that is very interesting. I brought up a Reddit post um to begin the discussion about it, but the story begins, say, in the 1930s, when we had the Great Depression, and that was such a horrific event. Um, my grandma went through it, and it was so damaging to her and to me, because through her, because she didn't like want me playing around in the stock market. She just said, you can lose it all, even though it was like the best time to buy. It's just, there's generational cycles and stuff, and it just happened to be like hell on earth for her. She had to live with random friends of her father, um, while he tried to find work and stuff, and he tried to send money. And so she was like a burden on a lot of families and stuff. And he'd eventually come through, but it wasn't an easy time. It was a very difficult decade, the 1930s. And of course, it got worse with World War II, but for the younger people. But, her being a female, she was okay with that. I mean, on that front. But what they did was during the 30s, they enacted some things. They created Social Security. They which was helpful to older people. They made deposit insurance on banks, and as part of that deal, it was the New Deal. They created this thing called the Glass-Steagall Act, which was it told banks, it's like, all right, you know, we'll insure your deposits, but you can't speculate with their money. You can't go in the stock market and screw around. You can only make your money giving out loans, on various things like business loans, personal loans, car loans, home loans, etc. It's like that's what you do. You're a bank, all right? You take deposits, you make good loans, to people who you think are worthy of paying it back. And so that was the law of the land until 1999, and that's when Bill Clinton had, along with his Treasury Secretary, repealed. I mean, I think it is an act of Congress. I don't remember. Um, I do remember this happening. Uh, you know, and when it did, the stock market liked it. At least it was like a sugar high for a couple of years, and then 9/11 happened, and the stock market tanked, and then it went sideways, kind of down for like 2 or 3 years, and then we had the bubble. That it went up like crazy during the Bush era, and then it popped in 2008. I remember it clearly because I had the day off and I was walking around Portland, and I saw the E Trade marquee downtown in Portland, and it showed the markets just tanking. I didn't have any stocks at that point. Um, I did go buy some later though, because I'm like, well, if it's down this much, it's time. You buy when there's blood in the streets, they say. So that's like the way to do it. You wait for it to be like the worst time. It looks like the worst time. That's when you buy it. It's really hard because the psychology is very rough. And so anyway, uh, the the Glass-Steagall Act did, I believe, perpetuate what had happened in 2008. Now we have, hold on a second, a new problem. Okay, orange guy. It's nice that we have like at least a almost orange page. This is worse than repealing Glass-Steagall. This is pathetic because Not only do we not have Glass-Steagall, we have. I mean, I don't even have to pay for this to just know this is horrible. Um, we have the T-Man, and he's got the SEC like, they're listening to him. I don't know why they can't do it. That has to be. Shouldn't it be an act of Congress? Um, the SEC was created to protect you, the investor, to like make sure you're informed, and they have to do reporting about what they're making, what they're doing, who's in charge, what's going on. Um, and they're held to a standard. It's accountability, and it's from a different era because people these days don't give a crap. So, in any case, T-Man wants to get rid of quarterly reporting. So, we won't know how much a company's making for what? Till the end of the year? Like in September? I mean, is that it? Is that what he wants? Every 6 months? Uh, if anything, to me, it should be monthly. I mean, especially with computers the way they are these days. But quarterly was like everybody just kind of agreed that was okay. So this, like somebody I was talking to on Twitter, this is going to make it more of an insider's market because we're going to be in the dark. We don't know who's making what, how good a company's doing or not. And like you could go all year and then find out that they're like in the dumps, or you could go all year and find out that they were making money all this whole time. Quarterly reporting is like the standard. We've agreed on this for decades and decades. So yeah, I think in California you have to do some kind of like minutes every quarter or something. You have to have a meeting that you record, even if it's a private company. I mean, we're talking about public companies. So private companies are under the purview of the SEC because they're not. If you invest in a private company, it's like you invest in. Like I have some investments in a private company, so but they're not under that purview, because it's different. But if you invest in a public company, there's supposed to be some protection and information for you to understand what's going on. It's like I had arguments with the Bitcoin people. And I said, nobody even knows who made Bitcoin. Like, why would you put your money in it? I know it's gone bananas and there's all these rich people and whatever. But someone said, well, you don't know anything about the stocks you buy. And it's like, well, I can know because it's true that like a lot of times I'll just buy a ticker symbol, and like do like 5 minutes of research or something. But I can, in fact, look up who the CEO is, how much money they make, how much is going on, what are they doing, how much are they spending on this, that, and the other. They have to do these reports quarterly, and they're very thorough. So the fact that I think this is just an attempt to keep the bubble going a little longer. Yeah. So be advised. That's all I got.